Hey everyone, it's Ashley with my last process video for this Disney album. Yay! As you can see, I'm quickly flipping through as I get to the section I'm going to be working on in the video today. When I first filmed this, there were quite a few unfinished pages, as you can see when I flip through, but those are all done now, and in order to get this album finished quicker, since it was a gift for my sister, some of the layouts didn't get recorded on a timeline. I have a complete walkthrough coming up next week, so you'll be able to see all those then. Today I'm working on two pocket pages. The first is a 6x8. They're all 6x8. The first is this one with a 4x6 and two 3x4s, and then I'm going to add a 4x6 photo flip on there. If you don't know about photo flips, it's just a plastic sleeve with adhesive that you can add to your pocket pages for extra space for more photos or more journaling without having to add a complete extra page. I sort of have a love-hate relationship with the photo flips. I love that they can add more space, but I hate that they don't really work in the smaller albums the way I want them to. That's just my complaint for myself. So I used it as a place for that red and white polka dot page with the gold foil, and on the back side is going to be space for all my journaling. And to make it work the way I wanted it to, so I wanted it to flip outwards, I trimmed a little bit of the adhesive edge off, and then I wrapped it around the front side of the pocket page. So that's just what made it work for me. I've seen them and work all kinds of awesome ways in other albums, but for what I wanted, that's what I had to do. Next up is this black card, and both of these are from the Say Cheese to 12x12 Elements cut apart sheets. And I'm just adding something from the ephemera pack. It's a label that says Simply Wonderful. You're going to see me struggle with adding twine to it here. But this page is just documenting the story of us leaving the parks early on the last night of our trip so that we could have a celebratory dinner. And we went to downtown Disney and Rainforest Cafe, and the waitress had overheard that we were celebrating my sister getting married, and she brought this fun like lava cake dessert with like this big decoration on it, and it was just fun. It was a nice little end to our trip, and this page is actually the end of the chronological like overall story of the album. And next I'm going to be working on something kind of fun as like the ending of our trip. I had set up, or I created a scavenger hunt of sorts, a photo scavenger hunt. And so on this 12 pockets, it's like 12 2x2 pockets. On this page, I'm going to be adding on both sides the photos from each team that each team took of the of their scavenger hunt. So it's like all the different things that they found. And so you're going to see me play with the arrangement of all the photos that I have. And I just printed them 2x2 by opening a 4x6 canvas with 6 squares and no borders, and had them, I saved them that way and had them batch printed with the rest of my 4x6 photos. It was really simple, and a lot of these pictures, they either weren't the greatest quality, or I already had them in a larger size, either a 4x6 or a 3x4, and some of them I even have in a 6x8. And so they didn't have to be the best quality, and they were just for fun as part of the scavenger hunt and documenting that extra little magic from our trip. And I highly suggest making a scavenger hunt if you're going with a larger group for a longer trip. It definitely helped us pass time while we were waiting for fast pass return times, and while we were waiting in lines. Like, this was just, it was a fun little addition to our trip, and I highly suggest it for anyone who's going to either Disneyland or Walt Disney World. um, with a big group. Like, it really was super, super fun. So I flipped over and I'm working on the back side to add the other teams. We had 2 teams. I'm working on the other team's photos, and I didn't quite like the arrangement with the photos that I had, and so I switched back to the front to work on the embellishment. The front side of the page is the group that won, and so in that empty pocket I'm just going to add a little blue, it was a ribbon, and I just cut the ribbon pieces off and kept the gold foiled part in the center, and I'm going to add that to another card from one of those Say Cheese to Elements cut apart pages, and then I'm going to add a label that says winners, and the label is from Martha Stewart and Avery, and then for the word winners I'm going to use some tiny alphas from Basic Gray. And I'm just going to layer that on top and then trim it up. Normally I would wrap it around the back, but I'm going to use the B side of that on the back side of the page protector. And there's the letters. I think I used a gray. They're like a grayish green. These are like my favorite alphas ever, and I'm going to be so sad once they run out, because Basic Gray is no more and I can't find these anywheres. So I'm just going to adjust the alphas a little bit and slide that card in there, and then I'm going to work on the back side. I think I added 3 little filler cards to the back side as well, just trying to use up all of the supplies that I bought for making this album. So, let's see, I think I'm going to flip it over here soon. Yeah, there we go. So, there's 2 extra empty spots right there in the center, and I considered layering this little pre-made embellishment cluster right on top, but I don't end up doing that. Right now I'm just going through all the pieces I have left from that bits and pieces pack and other stuff from the kit that I pulled together. That little circle flare thing is from Project Mouse, and I have those silver stickers, which I don't remember if I end up using or not. I think there we go. I take one of those, both of those squares are from the Elements cut apart sheet as well, and I'm just layering washi tape and that flare over the top of it, and then I left those pretty much as is. I think I put a sticker on top of the back side of that speech bubble, and then that's it. Sorry, that went really fast. But I'm going to move on to my last page. This is the final page of the album. Originally, it was like a filler page, and I was going to put that Starbucks drink photo on the back side of this, but I didn't end up doing that. I'm just adhering the 6x8 onto one of those Office Basics pages that came with the albums when I bought them. They're like a cardstock divider page, and to it I'm going to add a little cluster. There's a banner, a gold foiled heart, and a phrase sticker that says "What a trip." And I am going to add the gold foil heart, and then that's going to be the end of this album. Like I said earlier, I will have a walkthrough up hopefully next week, a week from today, and then I will get started on my sister's next album. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to see more, please hit like and or subscribe, and check out the playlist for the rest of the process videos for this album. Thanks for watching. Bye.